Hi everybody. Well, it's the fourth heat wave of the summer, so I'm not likely to get rained on, but it's going to be hot, and I'm off to the New Forest for another camper van adventure. 2.5 hours, 2 3/4 hours to go, so we'll see how long it takes. Come on, let's go.
So, I'm all set up. I've pitched in the shade, which I think is probably a good idea. It's nice and cool sitting outside reading a book. Even though it's 25 degrees, 26 degrees, apparently, it's still relatively cool because there's a bit of a breeze, and in the shade it's all really nice. And I've got a nice view out the front of the van. So it's all good. I don't expect it to stay like that because tomorrow the campsite is absolutely full, they told me, and there's something like 430 pitches. That's a lot of pitches, but then it's a very big campsite, so we'll see what it's like. Great. And it's also the school holidays, so there are screaming kids everywhere. But don't let me put you off. It's really nice. One thing that might put you off, though, is when I checked in, they said, we have to warn you about the wildlife. Oh, I thought, this is going to be about snakes, because it always is. But it wasn't snakes. It was ponies. They said they've got a particularly aggressive mare and foal who like food and will bite. So they said, just if they're around, just leave them alone and walk away. So that's good. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Anyway, I'm happy with my pitch. Had a nice afternoon reading. I was reading because there's absolutely no phone signal here, so there's nothing else to do other than just kick back and enjoy yourself. So that's okay. This evening I'm going to walk into Brockenhurst and see if I can find something to eat and possibly drink there. All good so far. See you later. So I'm in Brockenhurst. You can see the level crossing there. Oh, there's a train coming. Oh, great. I used to love being at these lights when a train came when I was little, but I couldn't help but notice see that. The fucking Snakecatcher. I am not going in that pub. Anyway, back to the level crossing. Oh my god, there's a train coming, it's so exciting! I used to love this. Yeah, I'm not going to wait for the train. More later. Bye.
So, the New Forest. We used to come here. Okay, this isn't the New Forest, I know that. I'll get onto that. But we used to come here when I was little. And we used to go to a couple of places as a bit of a treat when I was little. One of them was Milford-on-Sea, which is where I am now, with a great view of the Isle of Wight and the Needles. And the other one was Keyhaven. And they're pretty close together, and I'm going to walk from one to the other. But I was thinking, the Isle of Wight is supposed to be fairy dead. And I know this because I was looking at garlic. So Isle of Wight is famous for having a big garlic farm, as you know. And then I thought, I wonder if there's any other famous things from the Isle of Wight, plant related. And there are. Well, the one big thing apparently is mushrooms. And there is somebody on the Isle of Wight who grows fantastic mushrooms. You know what I mean? Mushrooms, yeah. That got me thinking about fairies, because fairies sit on mushrooms, don't they? But anyway, the Isle of Wight is fairy dead. That's what it said. But I'm pretty sure I've actually been on the Isle of Wight ferry, so I don't think it is fairy dead. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at Keyhaven in a minute, but Milford-on-Sea was exactly the way I remembered it when I was little. Even down to the cafe that's on the beach that we never went to because my dad was so tight, he'd always brew up a cup of tea in a Force 9 gale on a little primer stove. Yeah, that's a skill that isn't hereditary, I'm afraid. Never mind though. I've got a camper van, so that's all right. I can have tea or coffee whenever I want. Brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a look at Keyhaven now, so I'll let you know if I find anything interesting.
One thing we never did was walk from Milford-on-Sea to Keyhaven, which is over there. God knows why, because it's only about 1 kilometre. We were so lazy back in those days. But I was only little, what did I know?
So this is where we used to come crabbing. Crabbing, yay! God, that's disgusting. I don't think crab's even that. But our dad used to let us go crabbing here, paying no attention at all to that. So I'm still wandering around the nature reserve at Keyhaven. Very nice. And just remembering when I was little. Again, I know this isn't the New Forest, but just bear with me. This is very nostalgic. So behind me, you can see the salt marshes here. And just note to 7-year-old self, do not wander off over the salt marshes on your own, because when the tide comes in, it gets a bit flooded. It's all fenced off now, which is better. But back in the day, you could go wherever you wanted. And I did. So this is a 5-kilometre walk around some of the salt marshes in Keyhaven. It's very beautiful. I'm beginning to wish that I brought some water with me because it's bloody hot and I didn't bring anything to drink. Don't tell Alison though, because she'll go apeshit. She carries water everywhere. I'm nearly back at the pub, so it's fine. I'll be fine. See you later. Yes. I'm going to enjoy this. It's time for question time.
What is your biggest annoyance and why?
Good question. Well, obviously, apostrophes. In fact, I was in an apostrophe shop the other day and there were some people looking round and one of them said, well, I'd like an apostrophe, but I wouldn't know where to put it. Yeah. Apostrophes. Good question, Liz. And now, Inspect-a-Gadget. And just for Ian, an even shorter intro. So, this gadget, I'm going to bring it to the camera so you can see it. It's a bit dark, so I don't know whether you can see that. It's a clamp. You see that? It's oh, I'm in the shade, so you probably can't see it. See that? And this end's got a camera mount on. And this end is a clamp. And this bit is a thing to do at the clamp. So what that is I can clamp that to the van and put my projector on here. I clamp this end to the van, clamp this to my projector, do it up with this knob here, and I can project onto my screen, and it's like a home theatre in the van. Amazing. All thanks to this clamp. Brilliant. Love it.
Well, it's the next day, and this is all sort of a bit Blair Witch. I've only walked about 100 yards from the campsite, and already there are these kind of, can you see over there? These structures built in the woods. They're not by kids, I don't think. They're too industrial looking. But who knows? Anyway, I've got about 10 miles to walk today, so I'll carry on.
It's starting to get a bit warmer now, which is good. Just thought I'd show you what it's like walking through the forest. It's very quiet. I haven't seen, other than the occasional New Forest pony, I haven't seen any wildlife. I've seen traces of it. You can guess what that is. Don't know. Could be deer. Could be pig. Could be wolf. I don't know. It's definitely not snake. So there's that. It's good. But yeah, this is beautiful. Okay. Nobody to be seen. All on my own. And as long as I don't run out of power on the phone, I'll be fine, because that's what I'm using to navigate. See you later. Just come across this amazing open space, absolutely full of heather. It smells amazing. I already said amazing, didn't I? It smells great. So I've just crossed the main road, which is why you can hear some traffic noise behind me. One thing I've noticed walking through this forest is how the trees always fall right across the footpath. I've seen so many fallen trees, and they're always right across where I need to go. This is a classic example. Look at that. I need to go down there. Bloody tree. This one's not too bad, I can climb over that, but I have to go round back on the sides and everything. Very inconsiderate. I mean, look at that. See that? If I had to climb round the back of that, it'd take me ages. Still, it's very beautiful here. So, oh God. So I can't really complain, can I? Well, I can. That's exactly what I'm doing. But nevertheless, oh, I'm over it. Another obstacle that I've got over in life. See you later. I'm nearly at the pub and it's nearly lunchtime. So, just saying. I'd literally just finished recording that last bit. Look at this. As if to prove a point, it's another massive tree over the footpath. And look around. I can't see any other trees anywhere. they just fall right across the footpath. So I'm just about to arrive back at the campsite. Done about 11 miles. It's pretty good. My leg is starting to hurt now, just a bit. So that's useful to know. That's about how far I can go. Anyway, my plan today was to walk to a pub that I tried to go to yesterday. So I was coming back from the seaside, and I thought, I know, I'll go to a nice pub with a garden in the forest. So I asked ChatGPT to make some suggestions, and it said, "Ooh, the New Forest Inn in Emery Down. It's lovely. It's got a big garden you can sit out in." That sounds great, I thought. So I tried to go there, and it was absolutely heaving. So I didn't bother. Then I got held up in Lyndhurst for probably half an hour trying to get back to the campsite. Great. So I thought I'll walk there today. Hang on a sec, just got to get rid of that. I thought, yes, I'll walk there today. So it'll be the focal point of my walk. So I did walk there. It was crap. I have got a garden. Sorry about that. I had to switch cameras for some reason. Anyway, so this pub, crap. If you're ever in the New Forest, do not go to the New Forest Inn in Emery Down. It's rubbish. But I did stop there for a quick drink and then carried on into Lyndhurst, and I'm just walking back to the campsite now. It's been a lovely walk, but I'll be glad to get back. Anyway, this is my last video. I'm off back home tomorrow. So it's been a great adventure. And we've done plenty. Think about this forest thing. There's always acorns dropping everywhere, and you think, what was that? But it's just like a branch or an acorn or something dropping onto the dry leaves. But anyway, yes, back home tomorrow. So I'll no doubt put a video together at some point and see you on the next one. Bye.